Hey guys, I'm Michael, and today I've got another What Sold video for you. If you're new here, my wife and I sell full-time on eBay, mostly men's used clothing from thrift stores, and every single Monday or Tuesday, whichever day I'm able to do it, I end up doing a What Sold video over the previous week's sales, going over the numbers, as well as some of the top items that sold for us that week. And to say last week was a good sales week would be a complete understatement. Last week was insane. By far the most sales we have done ever in a single week. And it just feels so good finally because we just changed bumped up our listings to 40 a day as of last week. And clearly it is really paying off. So we're going to go over the financials, like I said, and then show you guys sort of some of the higher dollar stuff that sold for us. And if you like seeing some of the lower stuff and the mid-end stuff as well, we post videos all the time about those items as well. But in the What Solds every week, we do all the high-end stuff. So here's 25 things to look out for, and let's get into this. All right, before we get into these numbers, I have to make one quick side note, which is that we liquidated about 50 things at auction last week, and they ended on Sunday night. And that was a total of around 50 items that sold for $567. I included it in these numbers because it's too hard for me to pull out those things and separate it out. So just know that there's about 50 items in here, equating to just under $600 in these numbers of really low average sale prices. Our average sale price is typically just under $40, and also that just increased the sales as well over the week. But still, even taking those out, this was still a crazy week. Last week, still one of our best weeks if we took all those out. And so we ended up doing a $35.29 average sale price with 238 items that sold all throughout last week, Monday through Sunday. A gross sales of $8,398. The sales tax collected by eBay redistributed to the states of $468, minus the shipping cost of $1,327, minus our final value fees of $1,015, and then finally our promoted listings of, which we do promote all at 10%, of $593, and actually finally is our cost of goods, which is an average for our store. We usually average around $7.25 per item on our cost of goods, and we do the cash method of accounting. Per usual, we just do the average to make it easy for you guys. It's going to be not exact, but it's within, 100, 200 bucks, give or take. And so the cost of goods for these items being bought and sold was $1,725 roughly. That leaves us with a profit of $3,269 before taxes. So that being said, let's get right into these items that sold and show you guys some of the crazy sales that happened over the week. All right, to start us off was these Larry Mahon boots, and if you're new here, we start at the highest average sale price item and work down to the lowest one out of the top 25, and I skipped some duplicates because there were some of the same brands that sold and stuff like that, so there's some more items in here that were above these ASPs or around these ASPs, and they're being skipped. But to start us off, Larry Mahon boots. Larry Mahon makes a very high-end selling used boot. Obviously, they're high-end new, but they also sell really well used. These for a more on the mid to higher end price tag that they sell for due to the texture here being like a caiman crocodile style of boot. And it was really interesting color. I mean, purple and black combo. I don't think I've ever seen that on a boot, which is really cool. And these sold, I think, within a week for the asking price of $175 plus shipping. Yes, $175 plus shipping. Ended up being $198 total. Throughout the rest of the video, I'm just going to tell you the sale price, not including shipping and taxes and all that. So just the ask price that I listed it for. All of our listings are buyer pays shipping. And so I'll tell you the amount that we put for the price. So this one sold for $175 plus shipping and all that. Really good sale. I've sold this brand probably one other time in the past. That was a Boots. But there's the tag for you. It's just on the side in there. But yeah, super good find. Next one, you guys just saw this in a thrift haul video on the high-end $40 plus items. These sold as well as the other Lucchese boots, which you'll see in a second in that video. Both of those sold already within the week. These ones sold for $157 plus shipping. And woman's size 8.5, just very good condition Lucchese boots, all black, really cool looking. This is probably on like I'd say a little bit on the higher side of what Lucchese boots go for on women's. On average, I would assume the average is around 130 to 150 all in. And yeah, you can obviously have some that go up to $400 to $500, but these ones comps were running about 175, around 150 to 200. So listed them at 175. 1 week they were gone, and I don't think, yeah, there's the tag for them. 1883 by Lucchese. Super good brand, always sells well for us. And yeah, the hard part is finding them that aren't super jacked up on price. Those I ended up paying $10 on. They were $50 and then marked half off, and then I had a $15 coupon, so I ended up paying $10 for those. Next are these Loro Piana pants, men's size 34. My wife Kendall found these at a Goodwill for $9.99, and so I've never found a Loro Piana like clothing piece besides blazers. I have found one blazer that was strictly Loro Piana's line, but she found this one. Great find. It was in the women's section, but they were actually men's pants. And yeah, they ended up selling within the month for the full ask price of $132. These were also in a recent What's Sold video, so if you saw that, awesome. You guys got to see the sale as well, and great sale. So Loro Piana, designer brand, they make really high-end clothing. Be on the lookout for their tag. I probably would never pass it up in my opinion, but do your research before you buy items. And that's the other thing. So we recommend, like we talk about all these items and brands and stuff, but make sure you're doing your research and make a decision based off of your business model and stuff. Just because we pick something up doesn't mean that it's worth picking up for everyone. Our business is, not the same as everyone else's. So next one is this pair of Hiroshi Kato jeans. This is a new brand to me. I found two of these in a Goodwill for I think $11. Also was in one of the recent videos of us going out to some Goodwills and some thrift stores in our area and finding some items. I got, so again, two of these. Haven't sold the other one yet, but this one sold for a best offer of $125. Really good sale. This is a Japanese brand, I believe. But yeah, super cool brand. They're super good sale, super cool item. And here is what the care tag or the back patch on the butt area looks like, and then the tag here looks like that. So I've only found this again twice. Super rare brand. I think there's like, it's 100% sell-through rate, and they're all close to $100 or more, but there's not like 1,000 of them listed, right? There's a couple hundred listed, a couple hundred sold. But yeah, these were the other Lucchese boots that were in the recent video with those black ones. These were a lot more beat up. The leather was sort of stretched over here, and just a lot of little just wear and tear on the heels and stuff, but doesn't really matter. They're work boots, and someone's going to need them for a job site or something like that. And so they ended up selling within a week for $100 plus shipping. And I believe, honestly, I have no clue how much I paid for these. Probably around 10 to 20 bucks at most. So in this condition, I probably typically wouldn't pay more than 25, just because these sold doesn't mean they're always going to sell for that price. It might go for 50 or 60. And yeah, so next is these coral boots. So if you're noticing a pattern, a lot of our high ASP stuff is a lot of boots. That's typically the most we sell above $100 is cowboy boots and stuff. There's just a ton of money in them, and they sell really well, typically very quickly. And also, I think our average sale price on boots is like $78 or something. So I don't pick up boots that sell for $40 or $30, but I do pick them up if they sell for over $50. But these are a pair of coral boots. They make a lot of women's boots, but they also make a few men's. And these do really well for us sometimes. I always look up the model number though, this 1167 number. It's in every single one of their boots. And look that up and make sure that the model that you have is worth something, because sometimes I do have to pass on them simply because they don't sell they typically sell well, but they don't sell very fast, some of the models. So I have to leave a lot of them, but every once in a while I find a model that's, worth picking up. I don't know if I said it yet, but these ended up selling for a best offer of $85 plus shipping and everything. This item was whenever I first got into blazers a couple months back. I think 3 or 4 months back. So Brooks Brothers Golden Fleece was the tag. Nothing special at all. Just a navy blazer. Honestly, I don't think I really picked these up right now, just because the sell-through rate is super low on these compared to other blazers. So this did end up selling for a really good price, though, for the full ask price of $71. And I actually picked up another Brooks Brothers Golden Fleece today because of this sale that I found, a little bit better pattern and gray. So I'm going to see how that one does. And if it does well, I might start picking them up again. But we'll see. I got to do a little more research on these, but new to blazers, but they seem to be doing pretty well for us. So this is took about 4 months to sell. Really good price tag. Probably paid about $3 to $5 for these because I usually don't spend more than 5 to 10 on these blazers. But the Brooks Brothers ones, definitely don't spend more than 5 on those because they sit so long. Next is a Brunello Cucinelli, or Cucinelli. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've only found this brand a couple of times. This is honestly a really old item. I priced it high because of how much they can go for, but it was a really bad size small. But the material is good, right? So linen, that's unusual for this brand. It's typically cotton or something like that. But so yeah, I think I listed this at like 110, and over the past like 6 to 9 months, I've just decreased price over time, again and again. And then finally, someone ended up buying it for, I don't see the best offer over here, so I believe for the ask price of $75. But if not, it was a best offer at 68. So yeah, I have another one of these that I literally have been holding on to for 9 months, have not listed it because it's got stains and I need to take it to the dry cleaners to get it clean since it's worth so much. But I've just been lazy and haven't taken it. So I've got one more of these. That's the only other time I've found this brand. And yeah, so really good brand though. I mean, some of their blazers and stuff could go for $500. And their jeans can go for a lot of money, and their pants, like their slacks, can go for $250, $300. So yeah, but again, they're super rare. Not very often that you find this brand. I've known about this brand for over a year, and I've only found it twice, and it was in the exact same store. So I got 2 items in the same store. Haven't found it other than that, but it's good to be on the lookout for it just in case you do find it. That one did sell for best offer. Just pulled it up. So $68 best offer plus shipping and everything else. Next one is this pair of Nike Shox. These ended up selling for best offer of $60. I got these literally 2 weeks ago, I think. Probably could have let them sit and sell for $75, but I just wanted to get them moved and move on with them. I don't have a ton of room right now for shoes, so whenever people send me offers, if it's more than 10% off, which is usually my cutoff, 10 to 15%, I still will move the shoes because I've got to make space for more as they come in. But Nike Shox are really good. I haven't stumbled across any fakes of these yet. I have not had any issues with fakes of these, but be careful with buying all Nike shoes because people are faking things left and right. But yeah, Nike Shox, old school shoe, super good. I think a lot of people know about this if you know a little bit about shoe stuff, but yeah, be on the lookout for Nike Shox. Next is a pair of Hoka Bondi 8s, one of the newer lines that they have, the thrift stores. You know, here's the thing. So like these are pretty beat on this back end. You have the plastic thing sticking out, all that. But since this is the newest model of Bondis, they still sell super well no matter the condition. I ended up paying I think $13 for these at Thrift Giant here in Dallas, and they ended up selling within a month for $62 plus shipping. And I've sold many of these models with this type of wear, with this, stuff sticking out and all that, and the heels being worn out and the soles being semi-worn. And I've never had an issue because a lot of people like to buy these for yard work and stuff, and they don't want to spend $180 or $160 just to wear them in grass for cutting the yard and stuff. So don't know if that's the case with this one, but people do like to buy beater shoes to wear around the house and stuff, or for yard work or gardening or whatever. So they sell really well for me, and I'll keep buying them until people stop paying a high price for beat up Hokas and stuff. Next is this pair of Faherty pants. These were new with defects. There was without tags and with a defect, but this string here was the tag. It accidentally fell off after I bought it at the thrift store. But nonetheless, there's a little spot here. Probably will come out in the wash once the person receives the item and washes it. So this is one of the better lines that Faherty makes for their pants, one of the higher dollar lines. They're honestly super comfortable. I wouldn't mind wearing these myself. But yeah, so not much to say here. Faherty's a really good brand. I think a lot of people know it by now. The logo is slightly different here and there, but that's basically the gist of it, or that logo's all over their stuff. These ended up selling for $65 plus shipping. Really good sale. It took about a month and a half to 2 months to sell. And yeah, I mean, we talk about Faherty all the time on this channel, so I'm going to sort of glance over that. These are a pair of Meslin shoes. This brand sells really slow, but sometimes it can be high dollar. It's really hit or miss. This one, I really don't know much to say about this one because the comps and the sell-through rate and the the sale prices are just all over the board, but these were in like mint condition besides the soles. Like the soles are in very good condition for dress shoes, but the leather was also in like perfect condition besides the creasing here. And so I picked them up, took a shot on them. I think paid $8 or $9 for these, and they sat for quite a while, probably 6 months, maybe 3 to 6 months. But ended up getting best offer for $63 and took it. So I've sold this brand a couple times, but most of the time I do pass on this brand just because you can never really find good comps and solid comps to price it at. Next one is a Suit Supply pair of pants. This is the second pair of these that I've sold in this month. I've only found it twice, but they're both this past month in different stores, different days, and they both sold within like 5 to 7 days for just like 10% off of my ask price. And I priced this thing on the high side. Like the highest comp I found, I think, was $70 for these in this size and this model. And so I priced it at that because the sell-through was crazy, and okay with taking an offer because got an offer for 60, and honestly that was still on the higher side of the pricing. So took an offer on that. This was, I think, in a recent What Sold video as well a couple weeks ago, but another pair of them. But yeah, Suit Supply makes some really good stuff. Their button downs go for probably the least amount of money with their polos, but a lot of their pants and their blazers and slacks and stuff like that go for pretty decent money. So we pick it up whenever we find it, and there is the tag for it. Next is this pair of Echo golf shoes. These were really cool, but they've also sat for a long time. I don't know if I overpriced them or what, but there's these really cool wingtip. I don't even know what color to call that. It's like a light brown. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, golf shoes. Echo makes a few models that are pretty good to resell. And then they also make quite a few that are not at all good to resell. So these ones were unique with the wingtipped and the Oxford and the the overall look. It's just really unique. And so there's the Hydro Maxes. So I searched up Hydro Max wingtip. Prices were pretty good. I think 40 to 60, 40 to 70 back then whenever I got them. Ended up pricing them higher side, lower price over time. Reoccurring theme here. And ended up getting a best offer of $50. So I took it all in. The buyer paid 71. So took a while to sell, but I think I got these for probably $10 or less from a Goodwill or something. So cannot complain. Next, we got a Peter Millar, not a summer comfort, but the exact same material as summer comfort. So the polyester spandex. We ended up picking this up just last week, and it sold within, I think, 3 days for the full ask price of $59.99, I believe. I can't see the comp over here. But yeah, $59.99, I believe it sold for. If not, it sold for $53.99 at a best offer plus shipping. But this stuff does really well for us. Peter Millar, the quarter zips, just everything does really well for us. So we pick it up. I know it's a hit or miss brand for a lot of resellers, but for some reason for us, it does super well. Has a 100% sell-through rate in our store. And so yeah, we keep buying it. And again, we will keep buying it until it really just is not worth picking up anymore. But next is Territory Ahead. This brand is sort of falling off, but this was a pretty unique item, being a barn coat. So yeah. Sorry. Being a barn coat, I think it was leather. Let me see. Yeah, leather. Really cool item. I think I got 2 of these, I want to say, at Thrift Giant, and one of them was a totally different color. This one was a brown color. I think the other one was a green or something like that, lined with a really cool, striped pattern in here. I believe I accepted an offer on this for $60 plus shipping. And thankfully it came through because we're at the end of winter, and I'm just glad to move these coats. So Territory Ahead, you got to comp it out really well. It's very hit or miss on a lot of their categories, but the winter coats did well for us over the summer or over the winter, as well as like their Q-zips and stuff. So bought all those, and I think we have basically none of them left. So next is Trebode jeans. That's all I'm going to say because I've gotten a lot of comments about how to pronounce it, but I think it's Trebode, if I remember correctly. Find these all the time here in Dallas, probably once every other week we find a pair, and they always sell well for us. They're really hot right now, the baggy jeans, the Levi's that are baggy, the Trebodes, the whatever the Bolo one is, it's slipping my mind right now, but Meredith yeah, Jabode. I'm not even gonna try again. Yeah, I think we've gone over this in almost every video or every other video because we find it again a lot. Really good brand. Be on the lookout for it. I've seen tons of resellers here in Dallas just pass over these, and I've heard stories about people at the bins and stuff, and all these vintage guys, and they just don't even realize that it's good. These usually sell for $50 plus shipping for us on average. And I know a lot of people know about it, but again, there's a lot of people who don't know about it because they leave it all the time. So, yeah, we're going to move on. Ralph Lauren, picked this up last week or the week before that. It was in a video. Really cool item. I said I picked it up because of the shawl collar. That's what this is called. It did not have elbow patches, but it was like a really nice knit sweater that was men's, or cardigan, sorry. And I did see a sold comp at 65 for this item. Tail end again of winter, listed it at that comp, but got an offer of 55 like a couple days later. So I accepted it because again, moving into summer, this stuff's gonna sit here, and a month from now, this is just be really hard to sell. So got it out, thankfully. I paid $10, I believe, for this, if I remember correctly. And yeah, so the shawl collars are really good on Ralph Lauren's, especially if you have elbow patches mixed with the shawl. Anytime we see shawl or elbow patches, we usually pick it up if the price is right. I think I said it, but that one sold for 55 plus ship. Next is the Solomon shoes, also in the most recent video, sold within a few days. Best offer of $50 plus shipping. So really good find here. Solomon always sells well for us. They make a lot of hiking and outdoorsy trail shoes. Someone mentioned in the comments that he's found 2 fakes now. I don't know if that's like legit, but I've never came across a fake. So apparently be on the lookout if these things are faked. I guess they're being faked now, but I have not had any issues with it yet. But yeah, so Solomon, not everything is good, but they do make like these 3D Pro X model, does really well for us. All right, we got a Remy leather coat jacket. I've sold these all the time. I usually get them about 50 to $100 for them. I think this one's maybe lambskin leather. Maybe it's not. I don't. Oh, the care tag's cut out of this one. That's right. Yeah, care tag's cut out of this. But typically, Remy's leather jackets are made out of like a lambskin, like a really soft leather. But yeah, and then also the thrift stores, like always, for some reason, price these really cheap. I don't know why. I usually pay like $10 for these here. And usually again can get about 50 to 100. This one ended up getting 50 for it, and yeah, just glad to get it out. This is a cool item, the Kooples. I bet you a lot of you guys watching this have never heard of this brand. It's a newer one to me, but they had this really cool Hawaiian shirt in here, and I checked it out, and comps were really all over the place. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there were some selling for 30, not this exact one, but just Hawaiian shirts selling for 30. And then there's some all the way up to, 150, 200. And the sell-through rate was kind of pitiful. It was like 25 to 50%. But I took a shot on it because it was $5, and it sold literally within 2 hours of listing it for a best offer of $50 plus shipping. So I wasn't going to mess with countering or anything like that with that low of a sell-through rate. I was happy to knock $15 off of that price, paying $5, and get it out, because who knows, maybe that guy doesn't want to pay $1 more, and then there's no one else on the planet that wants this thing for another year. So low sell-through rate items I'm a lot more flexible with on offers, and even though we got an offer within 2 hours, I'm still going to move it out because I'm not too confident in that sell-through rate. Gonna quickly go over this. I think everyone knows this brand. If you don't, you should. You walk into any mall, you walk into any athletic store, they've got on clouds all over the place with Hoka's, and they sell really well. Got these from Goodwill for $9.99. I think this is more of like the trail running shoe they make, but really good sale. Ended up selling them for $45 plus shipping, and yeah, gonna move on. Next is a pair of Nobles, also in a recent one sold video. I think I paid $8.99 for these, and they sold at best offer for $42 plus shipping. Really unique pattern. Noble makes a lot of CrossFit shoes, and that's what they're known for. And right now, it's still doing really well for us. A year ago, they went for a little bit more money, but so they're slowly tapering off. But there's a lot of things, or they still sell all the time for us for over $40. So that is a very healthy sale price, in my opinion, for shoes. And so we usually can pick them up. Sometimes the thrift stores are starting to get used to the brand now, and they might price them at 20 and 30, so we have to pass. But Goodwills and all that jazz, where it's flat rate pricing, these are free game. This was one of my favorite items of the week, just because I love unique Ralph Lauren stuff. So yeah, a Ralph Lauren Hawaiian shirt with a bunch of like travel postcards on it. Really cool item. I was really surprised this wasn't going to go for more money when we comped it out. We listed this a few days ago and it sold in a few days. The sell-through rate on it was really good, but the comps were right on where we sold this at. So best offer sale of $45 plus shipping. But yeah, I mean, the comps were running about that. I think like 35 to 50-ish. I was really, whenever I checked out at the store, I didn't look this up in the store because I knew it'd be worth money at paying $5 or $8, whatever it was. But I was really expecting like $80 for this shirt whenever we were making the listing. But so what? Really cool item to sell. Glad someone's going to enjoy it. And yeah, $45 plus shipping. Lastly, this was also in the most recent video. Duluth, new without tags. Pants, the fire hose pants. So Flex Fire Hose, I've sold these used before in the past. I don't really pick them up now, but they did really well used, selling around 20 to 25 plus shipping. These being new with tags, picked them up I think for $7.67 and sold within a week for $40 the ask price plus shipping. So really good sale. Duluth, I really don't like this brand. I don't like picking it up. It's a slower seller for us and really slow average sale, or really low average sale price for us in general compared to the other stuff we find. But yeah, can't leave new without tags for $7. So picked it up, sold really quick. But anyways, yeah, so that's the 25 items of the things that I pulled out from last week's sales. Again, there's 240 sales, technically 190 if you don't include the auctions. Crazy week of sales. Summer is here. I mean, summer is for sure here. We specialize in summer items mostly, and our sales are now starting to pick up with a lot of Hawaiian shirts. A lot of shorts are starting to sell. So we are in the summer now, the winter stuff. If you've got winter stuff, get it out, liquidate it, because it's basically going to be, if not already, dead inventory, or the prices you guys are going to cut, in my opinion, to get it sold, because we're now in summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, again, we post this video every single Monday or Tuesday, depending on when I can get it done. And we also are starting to do more like in the thrift store stuff, thrifting around, having fun, showing you guys what we find. And yeah, so I will catch you guys in the next video. And if you like this, give it a like, give us a subscribe, and comment your favorite item that you saw in this video. See you guys in the next one.